Alright guys, no, I'm not really well known on YouTube or anything, but I'm going to be showing you my my games that I will now be getting rid of, sort of out the old and with the new. So we're breaking away from Nintendo here, so if you're a Nintendo fanboy, I guess fuck off. But as for that part, I don't know, I'm just gonna sit down with you guys and explain to these games that I used to play. Okay, this is the first up, Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. If you have never played this game, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Sorry for that red light, it's off my camera. But this is actually a very classic game. I remember seeing the commercials for this as a younger person. The commercial actually didn't look anything like the damn game, but it made me want it, to say. They did a very good job of marketing this here. But all in all, it was a very good game. It lasted hours. It had, that's a damn phone, but it had sea travel, which could last up to hours, just out of the original story. If you just wanted to fuck around in the sea, sail around with your little talking ship, you could. I mean, it was just a very good game. The only Zelda game that matches up to this one, Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. I hate Majora's Mask, so on to the next game. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, another very good classic. This game was actually originally available for PS1. They refurbished it, polished the graphics, and I guess fixed glitches or something. And they ported it to the GameCube. Now, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil, and I've beaten all of the games, every single one except for the Wii games. But this game stood out. I mean, of all the Resident Evil games, this is arguably the best one, because even though the graphics aren't the best thing to come out of the market, it was just great. I mean, just the variety of things you could do. The storyline was amazing. It actually took you in depth of the Raccoon City, which the other Resident Evils really didn't do a good job of doing. 2 took place in Raccoon City, but it didn't feel like it. But this is a very original classic game. I don't know when it was refurbished in 2002. This is actually a pretty fetchy price. In GameStop pre-owned value, it is $27, which for a used game of this time is actually fairly a lot. So, if you haven't got this, check it out. If you play Resident Evil 4 and 5, it's very different, I'll tell you that. The engine, everything, it's way different. Following up, Resident Evil. Once again, originally for the PS1, but they remade this game. Not there wasn't really very many, if at all, storyline changes, but the graphics are extremely good. This was 2002, early 2002. Look how, you can't really tell because of the blur, but the graphics for this game, for this time, were imagine Halo 3 in 2002. That's what the graphics were. I mean, even today, these are very, very good graphics. It's, for a GameCube game, this is possibly the best looking game on the GameCube. Twilight Princess could be. I'm not being the fanboy Zelda, actually, and that's the most recent GameCube game I know of. So, this game, there's so many puzzles, a variety, it scared the shit out of you at times. It lived up to the Resident Evil name. I mean, 3 though, it's nothing like 4 and 5, so if you're used to that, I guess you could try it out, but me being a hardcore fan of the series, I know what it's all about. And the last GameCube game, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, come around and say it, I'm not a huge fan of this game anymore. The thing I used to like to do though was the chows, which were really fun. You can just like breed them and stuff. I know it sounds gay, but it was pretty fun. The storyline was alright. Back when I was like not little, but like, you know, tweens and early 10s, 11s. I think that's around the time of this game. 2001. Nah, I was a little younger than that, but I didn't get it until later. Time it came out. I found this game through my friend. If you're younger or you like sort of cartoony games, you go and check this out, but I really can't recommend it. The story was at least decent. And for the shit, oh, there they are. Dumbass. Me. Game Boy games. Advance. Because, once again, I'm not breaking away from Nintendo. I'm really just giving you stuff. I got this. It's not brand new. Like, I got it about 2 months ago, but it's a very good laptop. I'm on this a lot. TV. There's some Xbox games. I used to have a lot more, but I've traded most of them in. There's an Xbox, so. Back to the subject. Grand Theft Auto. Now, if you don't know what Grand Theft Auto is, and you're over the age of 6 and you're watching this video, go away and die. So, the Game Boy version was very interesting. Like, it touched up on a lot of the old things, like, you know, from Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. Look, like, the better graphics, more tone to the missions than that, but it's like a living icon of what that used to be, and it was a very good game for the portable system. Just back whenever this game was released, there wasn't shit you could do on the go that was other than play your Game Boy or jack off, so I guess this was a good option, you know, if you didn't have to get porn, so. But yeah, there is not a wide variety of weapons to choose from. There's a bunch of vehicles, but there is a bunch of weapons, I guess. Not a huge variety, but it was alright. So, I guess you'd check it out if you still got a Game Boy. It's like $5 at GameStop. I don't know, maybe less, maybe more, but on to the next game. Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. Now, I'm not going to kill you for not knowing what this is, but it is a pretty popular game, and this is one of my favorite all-time games of the Game Boy. It may be making its way into the top 20 of my all-time most favorite games. This game didn't fall short. It featured like a new, unique system for this sort of game. I don't know about the first. If you've ever played any of the original Fire Emblems, not like Fire Emblem 1, but the Fire Emblem 6, 5, you'd know, but 6 is actually a very good game. I loved it. I never actually had it. It was Japanese, so I had to use the English patch and use the, you know, emulators. I'm a lazy ass. But it was very good. As much as I'd love to sit here and talk to you about this for hours, I gotta move on. I'm running out of time, so very good game. Very, very good game. Okay. It's very fun, unique, sort of old world combat. Fire Emblem, same thing as that, but older. Like I said, running out of time. The Sims busting out. What the hell haven't they put on the console? This game was, I never really even liked it. I mean, even back when I was younger and had it. It's decent, but I like The Sims, but this game just sucked. Not because it's a busting out. The actual console version of Busting Out, which I actually used to own, was fairly good. This game, terrible graphics, but it's a Game Boy, so I'm not going to mad at that. Even for Game Boy, the graphics are pretty bad, though. So, I don't know. It's standard Sim stuff, but like there wasn't really a wide variety of buttons to buy from, and everything you could buy was completely random. You had to progress to the store to get bigger houses. Same old, but overall a letdown, so. Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, and the Four Swords. I've never played the Four Swords because I don't have any friends and have no life. Well, I do have friends, but they never had this game. But as for Link to the Past, which is a Game Boy port to the old, I can't remember what system it was for, I think Super Nintendo or something, the old game, A Link to the Past. Excellent game, just lots of variety of stuff to do, so many fun things you could just mess around with Link, great bosses and that variety, so. Like GTA and Fire Emblem, if you still get a Game Boy and a couple bucks laying around, check it out. So. But then again, emulators are very much better now than this. This is a Stone Age console. Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Very fun. Sort of like a Final Fantasy combat. The graphics are less to be desired, but it didn't matter in this case, because this game was very good, and It touched up on a lot of the elements of things we've been missing out in a lot of games. I don't like the combat system, but for this, it pulled it off very well. Like, bunch of bosses, long storyline, 4 characters, and good variety of weapons. It was a fun game to play when you're on the go, and that's my time. There's just shit. So, bye guys.